You are not broken. You are not broken. Breathe it. Maybe for the first time in a long time, here really, you have no defect. You didn't fail. You are not wrong. What you feel, it's not the end. It is the beginning of a cleaning. What exists in you are just memories asking for deliverance. And you are here now because something inside you, silent but strong, is ready. Ready to remember. Ready to heal. Problems are just memories repeating in the subconscious. Doctor?
Halea kala Hew Len. This simple phrase, which seems almost abstract, changed the lives of thousands of people around the world. And maybe, today, she starts changing yours. Do you know that feeling of carrying something heavy, not knowing exactly what it is? That deep tiredness that doesn't go with rest? That desire to change, not knowing how? All of this is a call from your soul to return to your essence. And Ho'oponopono is the way.
But before you go this way, I need to tell you something sacred, something Dr. Hew Len lived, and not just taught. The real story that the world almost told Dr. Hew Len was a clinical psychologist. And one day, it received a mission that many would consider it impossible. Take care of a psychiatric hospital in Hawaii, where patients were admitted considered dangerous, violent, out of control. But he did something unusual. He never personally met with patients, never had sessions, never applied traditional therapies. He just sat with each other's medical records, reading his stories. And then, it was beginning to clean inside what I saw outside. He said, "If this person came to me, it is because there is something about her that is also in me. And if I clean me, it can heal." And so he did. I read a case, felt the pain, and said, "I'm sorry. Forgive me. I'm grateful. I love you." And the patients began to change. First, one stopped shouting. Then another is no longer aggressive. The medications were diminished. The cells began to be opened. You professionals stopped resigning. The hospital gradually became a place of peace. All this, without a single traditional session, only with memories cleaning within the therapist. But what does this have to do with you? You may never have heard voices. You may never have passed a hospital. But maybe you also feel imprisoned in an invisible cell. You may have times when you feel that no one understands you. Maybe you cover yourself too much. Maybe you feel guilty, even when you did nothing wrong. And here comes the question that hurts the most. Is there anything wrong with me? And I tell you, with all the love, no, there is nothing wrong with you. It has only memories that have been accumulated throughout your life, and perhaps other lives, who are asking, "See me, listen to me, free me." The memory of the child who was ignored. The memory of the woman who had to be strong all the time. The memory of guilt that was not even yours, but was inherited. These memories are like clouds. They obscure the sun, but they don't have the power to turn off your light. Why does Ho'oponopono work? Because he doesn't try to fix you. He doesn't say you need to become someone different. He just invites you to go back to who you always went. In Hawaiian tradition, Ho'oponopono means to correct a mistake, but not a moral error, but a mistake of perception. The error is to believe that you are the problem, when, in fact, you are the solution channel. The mistake is to think that what you feel is definitive, when, in fact, it is just a memory repeating itself. And memories can be clean, with love, with presence, responsibly. The true power, assume 100% of the responsibility. What Dr. Hew Len taught, and what Morna Simeona transmitted, is one of the most liberating principles of spiritual life. You are 100% responsible, not guilty, responsible. This means that everything that appears in your life, all pain, every conflict, all difficulty, it's showing something that can be cleaned on you. And when you clean, reality changes. This is the Ho'oponopono of its own identity, the key to true transformation. Pause to feel. Let's take a break now. Take a deep breath. Put your hand over your chest. Feel the throb of your heart. Now, repeat gently. I'm not broken. I just carry memories that now I choose to release. This decision changes everything. You do not need to carry the weight of a lifetime. You can choose to clean, little by little, and I will be here with you, block by block, guiding this path. Pain is not your enemy. She is the messenger. You may have tried everything, therapy, self-knowledge, spirituality. Perhaps you have already read books, taken courses, seeking all the answers, and yet the void is still there, waking up with a tight chest. If you look in the mirror and not know who you are anymore, feel a sadness unnamed, or worse, feeling alone even surrounded by people. And the question that echoes the most in silence is, why with me? What's wrong with me? But what if I told you that there is nothing wrong with you? That this feeling of constant inadequacy is not your identity. It is a memory that has learned to repeat itself, like a scratched disc, as an old movie that passes without you notice. And you, unknowingly, play this role again, and again, and again. The invisible weight that accompanies you. You may feel you can't thrive, or that your relationships are always similar, or that you live donating too much and receiving less. And then comes the blame, the feeling of insufficiency, the idea that you need to fix yourself. But it is not you who need to be fixed. What needs to be seen is what is behind behaviors. Because behind your hurry, there is fear. Behind your anger, there is pain. Behind your guilt, there is a child trying to be accepted. And this child is still waiting to be welcomed by you. The child ignored within you. We all carry an inner child. And this child feels everything you didn't have time or permission to feel when I was small. Do you remember that time you cried and have you stopped you? Or when you wanted to say something and said it was drama? Or when you tried to please, just to be accepted? These small wounds become great holes in the soul, and over time we learn to hide, smiling even with the desire to scream, to take care of others, even needing care. You grew up, but your child's pain has grown with you, and today it manifests itself in the form of anxiety, in the form of chronic sadness, in the form of self-abandon. But this child can still be healed. The repetitions that exhaust. Have you noticed how certain situations repeat themselves? How do you attract similar people? How do certain cycles never seem to end? Relationships where you are not heard, situations where you feel invisible, paths that start and then collapse. These repetitions are not coincidence. These are memories trying to break free through you. Nothing happens by chance. Everything that appears in your life is an opportunity to cleaning. Dr. Hew Len. Every challenge that hurts is a door, and Ho'oponopono is the key to crossing this pain. Not running away from her, but taking responsibility for her. The pain of carrying what was never yours. Have you ever wondered how many pains you inherited? How many times have you blamed yourself for things that happened in your family? How many times have you been ashamed to express your truth? How many times have you carried a silent guilt just for existing? There are pains that started in your mother, or her mother, or in previous generations that never had a chance to speak. And these pains remain alive until someone has the courage to feel and clean. You are that person. And so it has come here. Reflect with the heart. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Now feel these questions, not to answer with the mind, but to leave the heart vibrate with them. Where inside me do I still feel broken? What wounds am I trying to hide? What do I keep trying to fix, instead of simply accepting and loving? What pains are even mine, but I carry like they were? These questions are not to hurt you. They are to make room for cleaning. You are here because something in you wants to be released. The fact that you are watching this video, listening to these words, feeling this energy, it is no chance. Something in you is asking to be remembered, to be welcomed, to be cleaned. And even if you cry now, even if you feel a squeeze, find out, this is the beginning of liberation. The pain you feel today is the same as you are ready to release. The unconscious origin of your pain. Ego, childhood, loyalty, shadow, and memories ancestral. You already felt as if you were locked, even knowing everything you need to do, as if there was an invisible force pulling you back whenever you try to go forward, as if despite all your efforts, your life seemed to walk in circles. So it is. This is the conflict, the hardest place in the journey, the moment you realize that the problem is not out, but it is totally clear inside. And what Ho'oponopono teaches us is, you don't have to understand everything. You just need to accept clean, and let the divine act. But even so, the heart wants to understand. So let's slow. The ego, the guardian of pain. Since childhood, you have learned that you needed to be a certain way to be accepted. Perhaps they taught you that feeling was weakness, that crying was drama, to say what I thought was a lack of respect. And gradually you started hiding pieces of yourself, created masks, developed strategies, tried to please, tried to fit in. And so the ego was born, not as something bad, but as a protection mechanism. The ego says, be strong, figure that everything is okay, don't let anyone see your pain. But behind this protection is your child, it is your soul, it is your truth. And Ho'oponopono invites you to go beyond the ego, not fighting him, but hugging with love what he is trying to protect. The shadow, everything you hid from yourself. Carl Jung said, the shadow is all that your conscious personality rejects and refuses to see in itself. That is, the shadow is made of what you have learned to hide, your anger, your sadness, your fear, your desire to be loved. But hiding does not make it disappear. These parts go to the unconscious, and from there they start to rule their lives without you noticing. You think you are making conscious decisions, but actually, it's reacting to memories. And what is a memory but an echo of the past trying to repeat itself? That is why Ho'oponopono does not try to analyze. He cleanses, because he understands that the origin of pain cannot always be explained, but it can always be released. The invisible loyalties of your family. Have you ever felt that you are living your mother's pain? Or what does your grandmother's standards repeat, even unintentionally? Or that, for some reason, carries a weight that seems old? These are the invisible loyalties. The soul creates unconscious pacts with its family, for love, for survival, by belonging. You think, if my mother suffered, how can I be happy? If my father never allowed himself to rest, how can I have a light life? If my grandmother lived abandoned, how can I live a great love? These ideas are not aware, but they are there, recorded, as invisible codes governing their decisions, relationships, limits, body, and prosperity. And what Ho'oponopono does is return you to your center, free from these loyalties that were made in the past, and that today prevent you to live the present, the memories that govern your life. Dr. Hew Len said that 100% of his decisions are made by memories unconscious. You believe you have free will, but most of the time, it's just reacting. You do not choose to feel guilt. The guilt just appears. You do not choose if you sabotage. You just repeat the pattern. You don't choose to fall in love with those who will hurt you. But for some reason, that seems familiar. This is the unconscious working. It is the repetition of what was not cleaned. And that is why Ho'oponopono is so powerful, because he doesn't ask you to understand everything. It just asks you to accept cleaning. The spiritual humility of taking responsibility. Ho'oponopono's most liberating moment is when you say, this pain is appearing in my reality, so there is something in me that I can clean. This is not a fault. It is spiritual humility. It is recognizing that you do not control everything, but you can purify everything. It is delivering control to the divine and assume responsibility for cleaning. The true Ho'oponopono is not just repeating the 4 sentences. It is a call to consciousness. It is waking up every day and saying, Divine Creator, clean the memories that created this situation in me. I don't know where they come from, but I accept, I deliver, I clean. Visualization, the mirror of the soul. Imagine now that you are facing a large mirror. But this mirror does not show his face. He shows his memories. You see the child who was rejected. See the teenager who felt alone. See the woman who smiles, but is exhausted. You look with love and says, I'm sorry, forgive me, I'm grateful, I love you. And gradually, the images begin to dissolve, not because they disappeared, but because they were welcomed. And everything that is welcomed can be released. Sometimes what heals most are not the answers. These are the right questions, and the silence where these questions echo. At this point, you don't have to understand. No need to rationalize. Just feel. Close your eyes for a moment. Breathe slowly. Feel your breath coming in and leaving. Feel the body. Feel the now. And repeat mentally, I allow myself to remember who I am. I allow myself to let go of what no longer serves me. I allow myself to clean without fear. Tool 1. Solar Blue Water. Solar Blue Water is one of the simplest and powerful practices in Ho'oponopono true. Morna Simeona, the kahuna who started this spiritual cleaning in the West, taught, water has memory, and when purified with blue light, it becomes an instrument of transmutation. How to do it? Take a blue glass bottle, or wrap an ordinary bottle with paper blue cellophane. Fill with filtered water. Leave in the sunlight for at least 1 hour. Then take small sips throughout the day. With conscience, each sip can be a cleaning act. As you drink, say mentally, I'm sorry, forgive me, I'm grateful, I love you. This water cleans memories stored in the body, cells, vibration. Do not underestimate the simple. The sacred manifests itself in the invisible. Tool 2. The Prayer of Peace. This prayer is one of the central tools of Ho'oponopono. It was channeled by Morna and transmitted with love to the world. Now read calmly, or if you can, close your eyes and listen inside you. Prayer of Peace. Morna Simeona. Divine Creator, Father, Mother, Son, if I, my family, relatives, and ancestors, we offend your family, relatives, and ancestors in thoughts, words, acts, or actions, from the beginning of our creation to the present, we ask for your forgiveness. Let this clean, purify, release. Cut all memories, blockages, energies, and negative vibrations. Transmute these unwanted energies into pure light. So it is. You can say this prayer daily, aloud, in silence, mentally. It acts where your mind does not reach. Tool 3. The mantra, I am the self. This is a reminder of your true being, a return to its original essence, before the pain, before memories, before the stories. Whenever you feel doubt, fear, or confusion, repeat, I'm the self. I come from the emptiness to the light. I am the breath that nourishes life. I am emptiness, silence beyond consciousness, the self, the identity, the everything. I am. Morna Simeona. Repeat. Feel. Remember. You are the self. Not the memories, not the trauma, not the stories. You are the one who cleanses. You are the one who watches. You are the spark of the divine in the form of presence. Questions that clean. Now, with a lighter heart, look inside honestly. Feel these questions. Do not try to answer in a hurry. Let them do what they need to do inside you. What pain did I hide the most from myself? What in me still needs to be welcomed, not corrected? Where in my life am I trying to be strong instead of being true? Who or what I'm trying to break free without ever having fired with love? Allow tears to come if they want to come. Allow the silence to speak. Allow yourself to be. This is the space where true cure begins. Emotional purification ritual. Take a paper and write sincerely everything you feel you need release. Guilt, fear, shame, anger, ancient sadness, words that hurt you, silences that got sick. Then read everything in a low voice and say, I assume 100% of the responsibility. I am really sorry. Forgive me. I'm grateful. I love you. If you want, you can burn this roll as a liberation symbol, or keep it for a few days until you feel you can let go with love. This is the true Ho'oponopono. It is not theory. It is practical. It is presence. It is delivery. Imagine yourself by removing an old cloak, heavy, scratched, sewn by old voices, judgments, promises, unconscious, pains that were not their own. Now imagine this cloak falling apart between your fingers. It dissolves. You breathe, and for the first time, feels light. This is not a fantasy. This is what starts to happen when you clean memories with conscience. You are not the pain. You are the one who came to clean it. What Ho'oponopono invites you to remember is that pain is not your identity. Pain is just a memory that is going through you. But you, it's the space it goes through. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who watches. You are not your emotions. You are the one who welcomes. You are not the memories. You are the one who cleanses. The Dr. Hew Len. This simple change changes everything. Because when you stop fighting pain and start welcoming it, it leaves to have power over you. You become a temple, a channel, a transmutation field. And all that was once suffering becomes wisdom, the rebirth of your true identity. With the cleaning of memories, a new spiritual identity begins to emerge. Not a character, not an idealized version, but its real essence. The woman who knows that she can be sensitive and powerful. The inner child who no longer needs to hide. The soul that knows that you don't have to prove anything to anyone. You start to treat yourself more kindly, to choose with more awareness, to forgive faster, to respect your limits, saying no with love, saying yes with courage. You stop living reacting, and it starts to live by responding with presence. Small, great transformations. See how this manifests itself in everyday life. A conversation that once irritated you now arouses compassion. A criticism that once hurts you now shows you where there are still memories to clean. A situation that has been repeated for years suddenly dissolves without effort. This is not magical. It is active spiritual cleaning. You changed the vibration, and when vibration changes, reality needs to follow. The world outside changes. When the world inside purifies itself, Dr. Hew Len didn't heal anyone. He just cleaned inside him what he saw outside. And this is Ho'oponopono's biggest miracle. You don't have to change the other. You just need to clean on you what bothers you in the other. Does it seem simple? But it is deeply revolutionary. The mother who always charged you is now seen as a woman with memories. The former partner who injured you is now understood as someone stuck in suffering itself. The friend who disappointed you now is seen as someone who has taught you the value of your limit. And you finally stop abandoning yourself. Active cleaning. Every time something bothered you, you don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to justify yourself. You don't have to defend yourself. Just repeat, with sincerity, I'm sorry. Forgive me. I'm grateful. I love you. I'm sorry. Memories that are appearing now. Forgive me for having them kept here. Gratitude for showing me what still needs to be cleaned. I love you. You can go. This is love in action. This is living spirituality. This is Ho'oponopono of its own identity. Transmutation visualization. Close your eyes. Imagine a gray mist coming out of your body. It's dense, old, loaded. She gets out of her chest, of the shoulders, of the belly, knee, and it goes up, floating, until dissolved in white light above your head. Feel the relief. Now imagine this white light filling every space left by that mist. She is light, warm, loving, and you repeat mentally, I choose to be who I am. Not what hurt me, not what I inherited, but what I came to heal. You are no longer the same. You can even live in the same place, live with the same people, do the same tasks, but it's no longer the same, because now each step is conscious, each word is prayer, each breath is a chance of liberation. Spiritual awakening is not grand, it's subtle. It is that moment when you feel that you are more at peace, even without great reasons for this. This is a clear sign. The memories are being clean, stay in pain, or take responsibility for your healing. There is a moment in the healing journey when you can no longer go back. That's when you feel deep down, I don't want to live in automatic anymore. I no longer want to react by the same memories. I don't want to be governed by pain anymore. This moment is now, but this choice is not emotional. She is spiritual. She is energetic. 2 doors open before you. Imagine yourself before 2 doors. In the first door is the known path. You keep trying to control everything. It continues to blame others, the past, the life. He keeps believing that he needs to do more, to be more, understand more. This is the path of repetition, the way of memory, the path of survival. In the second door is the path of true healing. In it, you stop identifying with pain. You assume 100% of the responsibility. You choose to clean, even without understanding. You deliver, trust, breathe. This is the path of liberation, the path of Ho'oponopono, the way of the soul, and you are ready to choose from. The weight of choice. Choosing the path of healing is not easy. It means giving up the victim's identity. It means stopping hiding behind, I am anyway. It means to say, I blame myself for the reality that I create, and so I can change it. It's not about blaming yourself. It is about recovering your power. You stop delivering your life into the hands of the other and begins to understand that everything, Absolutely everything. What appears is asking for cleaning, the power of conscious decision. You may be wondering, but what if I slip? What if I forget? What if I can't always clean? And the answer is, all good. You don't have to be perfect. You just need to choose again. Each time you realize that you are reacting, repeat, I'm sorry, forgive me, I'm grateful, I love you. This simple phrase is like a reconfiguration of your energy field. It interrupts the pain cycle and invites light back. Choosing healing is not a promise to others. It is a silent covenant with your soul. Daily commitment to cleaning true transformation does not come at once. It comes with small daily choices. Drink blue water, even on ordinary days. Repeat the 4 sentences even without feeling anything. Take responsibility for everything that comes. Look at pain as a messenger, not as an enemy. Breathe, silence, trust. Each little gesture is cleaning, and every cleaning, it's liberation. Visualization, the pact with your soul. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself before a mirror, but this time, you don't see your face. You see your soul. She is there, serene, firm, you knew, with eyes full of compassion. It extends your hand to you and asks gently, are you ready to remember who you are? Now look in her eyes and answer, yes, I'm ready. I choose to clean. I choose to live from my essence. I choose peace. This is your pact with life, with the divine, like you. What changes from here? Nothing changes outside immediately, but it all starts to change inside. You become more conscious, more loving to yourself, cleaner, lighter. You start to vibrate at another frequency, and reality, over time, answers. This is the wisdom of Ho'oponopono. You don't have to interfere with reality. You just need to purify what vibrates within you, and everything around it transforms. Close your eyes. Take your right hand over your heart, the left hand over the womb. Breathe, once again, and listen to what your soul means right now. You may not be able to put in words, and that's fine. Healing does not need an explanation. It happens in the silence between the words, in the break between one memory and another, in the loving presence you now choose to cultivate. You are no longer in the same place as when this video started. You saw your pain. You recognized your repetitions. You connected with your inner child. You drank from the water of Hawaiian wisdom. You chose to clean. You chose to go home. A reminder of the true Ho'oponopono. You are not broken. They are just memories asking for love. Don't fight them. Do not judge for feeling them. Welcome, breathe, clean, and whenever something hurts. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask with a calm heart, what is in me ready to be cleaned now? Writing as release. Now get a paper, or if you prefer, write here in the comments, and declare, with all your truth, I break free with love from memories that do not belong to me. Yes, write. Not only do you think, declare, confirm, assume. This phrase is more than a mantra. She is a spiritual seal, a symbol of your conscious decision to leave pain behind, with love, with gratitude, with conscience. Write in the comments, I break free with love from memories that do not belong to me. Or if you want, write, I transform my pain into wisdom with Ho'oponopono. Each written word is a particle of pain being loose. Each phrase read is a memory being dissolved. Each sharing is a cure being multiplied. Last prayer. Let's do one last prayer together, in a low voice or just in the heart. Divine Creator, thank you for this journey. I know I'm not alone. I accept my pain. I honor my story. And now I choose to let go of what does not belong more. I am really sorry. Forgive me. I'm grateful. I love you. You have come here. You heard with the soul. You allowed yourself to feel. Now follow. Take blue water, prayer, sentences, pauses. Bring awareness that everything is memory and everything can be cleaned. Bring to the certainty that you are not broken. You are whole. You are a living temple. You are the space where healing happens. End. If this script has touched your heart, share with other women who need. Remember that they are not broken, that their pain is not weakness. It's just a memory asking for love. Write in the comments, I choose to live from my clean essence. And remember, Ho'oponopono doesn't end here. It starts with you every day, I am really sorry. Forgive me. I'm grateful. I love you. Aloha.